The beer review is going to be looking at and drinking Long Hammer, or Red Hook Long Hammer IPA. This beer gets a 75 on Beer Advocate and a 67 by the Bros. That's the okay to pour range. It's brewed by, of course, Red Hook Brewery, but apparently that's like a sort of a, sort of dependent on Anheuser-Busch InBev, but sort of not. I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, this is 6.2 ABV, 12-ounce bottle. I've never had this before, but before I started doing beer reviews here on this channel, I had a Red Hook beer and didn't find favor with it, so I haven't touched them since that point, and I haven't reviewed any of them. So this is my first Red Hook beer review on this channel. So let's go ahead and try it. That's some good smoke or vapor rolling out of there. Yeah. At least this one is a 12-ounce bottle, because like I had this one, and this one is a 11.2-ounce bottle. So at least this is a 12-ounce bottle. So in that regard, I find favor. Okay, well I poured that pretty slowly, and I still get about a 4-finger, pretty thick, crackling just a bit, creamy, cream-colored, like light cream-colored, and yet bubbly head. It looks very similar to the Hop On or Die IPA I just had, but this is lighter in color. The body is. It's translucent. You can see particles floating around in it. It's translucent. Sporadic bubbles. Yellowish, orangish color. It looks really, really nice, though. I mean, look at it. It looks great. I mean, really, it looks awesome. So, the aroma, hoppy, of course, like grapefruit, like citrus, of course. I mean, well, not of course, but that's really what I'm getting. The aroma isn't too pungent, but it's there. Just like a grapefruit citrusiness and like a hoppiness, and I mean I can't really get as to what kind of hoppiness yet. So let's go ahead and try this after never having had it before. So yeah, I can see particles floating around, but it's translucent. It's not opaque. Interesting. I watched Louisiana Beer Reviews, his review of this, and he said it would be a good introduction to the IPA style, and I would agree with that. There is like a herbally, florally like bitterness, but it's not that bitter though. There is a hop forward flavor there that to me is mostly herbal. There's citrus in the aroma. There's not really a whole lot in the taste though. A little though. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like grassy like hops now. Yeah, there's not like a whole lot of straightforward bitterness. But there is some hop flavor. I'm kind of getting like a barley malt sweet smell off of it now. Like before I wasn't, but now I am getting like a sweet, light, bright barley malt smell. And the taste, not really though. it's very light and very, it's very light. It's very light in bitterness for a IPA. That's why I think it's a good IPA for someone who has never had a IPA before and wants to just try it and see if they like this. If you don't like this, then you won't like Stone IPA or Stone Ruination IPA or Sierra Nevada Optimum. This is a good intro to the whole thing. The ones I've mentioned are, two of those I think are Imperial or double IPAs. Excuse me. So I shouldn't even be saying that because they're different. Yeah, it's not that bitter. I was maybe like IBUs maybe like 30 to 35. It's not really bitter at all, but there is like a herbal like hoppiness and not really anything else. But on the nose, however, I'm getting still like a barley malt, light breadiness, sweetness. But in this taste, I'm not really. So mouthfeel is about light to medium, semi-dry, smooth, soft. It's very drinkable, very refreshing. There's no prickliness or anything like that. Maybe a little effervescence on the tongue. To rate this beer, it should be considered that this is an introductory IPA. I'll go with a B plus. I mean, if we're gonna talk about intro IPAs, it's probably more like an A. But considering it is an IPA, it's called IPA, I'll give it a B plus. There are a lot of really, really good IPAs out there for people who are in the know of the style. So if you see this, I think it's worth trying, especially if you've never had a IPA before. It's dry hopping on it, so yeah, it's worth trying. Would I buy a six pack of it? No. There are other IPAs. I'm personally what they might call a hophead. So, I love those those big hoppy double and imperial IPAs. So I would move towards that. But I think this is for someone who's never had that, or has a sensitive palate. So taking that into consideration, it is a very good beer.